This 1 Degree Outside video is brought to you by Fluid Form Bio, developing innovative 3D printing living pancreatic tissue to help combat type 1 diabetes. For the first time, you can join this visionary mission. Visit fluidformbio.com or their page on Start Engine to learn more about this exciting work.
Well, it's a Friday, which means this is your weekend insights. Hi, everyone. Meteorologist Danielle Noyes here. We've had some clarity over the last 24 hours in terms of the weekend rain. We're going to time that out together. Neither day looks like a washout. Going to help you make your plans with ease. Tomorrow, there will be a 30-degree temperature spread across New England. Highs will be around 50 in far northern New England and around 80 in southern New England. It's that clash that's causing some of the showers, downpours, the chance of thunder this weekend in spots. The chilly air, the cooler air, ends up winning out to start next week, which means our Monday will feature highs in the 40s and 50s. We'll see a gradual moderation in temperatures, but some unsettled weather will stick around through the middle part of the week as well. And it all has to do with the upper level pattern, which we took a look at yesterday, and we're going to take a look at right now to see how it's evolved. Trough, that dip in the jet stream digging into the central United States today, is going to end up cutting off upper level low here, spinning over the Ohio Valley for this weekend and the start of next week. So that's off to our west. Another upper level low down across the desert southwest. In between, that ridge. So we talked about this yesterday. An omega block. It's called that because it literally looks like an omega shape if you look at that dip and then another dip that comes in. Matt talked about this too, that it's kind of two types of blocks. A Rex block is when you have an area of high pressure over low pressure. So the high in eastern Canada with the low pressure over the Ohio Valley is kind of a bit of a blocking scenario as well. It will ease as we head into the beginning and middle part of next week, meaning the blocking pattern will start to shift just a little bit. That upper level low will come overhead across the northeast. And that is why I say there will be some unsettled weather that sticks around with some periods of rain and showers likely for Monday, for Tuesday, and into Wednesday until we can finally kick that thing out of here. Now, precipitation totals over the last 24 hours. We've had a couple bullseyes with some severe weather down across Texas and extending into Oklahoma. Showery weather through the Tennessee River Valley and here at home with some of the rain that fell yesterday and last night into early this morning. Only a few hundredths in spots, but as much as a tenth to a quarter of an inch from the Worcester to Boston corridor. Higher than that with some localized totals on Cape Cod and generally a quarter to as much as around a half an inch in far northern New England. Now, the cold front that comes through later on today never really fully makes it through. This blue and red line you see here is the front stalling out, becoming stationary. What does that mean? It's not moving. So it's going to stall right over central New England for our Saturday as this next wave of low pressure comes through the Ohio Valley. So with this front stalling out, it's that boundary, like I said, of cooler air coming into eastern Canada, warmth down to the south. And when you get that zone setting up, that will mean some areas of rain, some downpours, maybe even some thunder. Now, by the time we get to Sunday, the cooler air starts to win out, and then it really comes into play on Monday with highs that will probably only be, again, like I mentioned, in the 40s and 50s with some showery weather sticking around as well. So I want to kind of zoom things in and talk about our Saturday and Sunday in detail. This is the map tomorrow morning. Notice not a lot of green showing up, maybe an isolated shower or two. Here's the thing with tomorrow and Sunday. With this front nearby, there will be a focus for some showers and thunderstorms. By Saturday, I'd say mid to late morning tomorrow, there will be some sun at times and maybe a few showers. But the focus is from lunchtime onward. Notice more scattered action in western New England tomorrow afternoon that will slide east. I can't rule out a thunderstorm tomorrow. So it is a day to have our app, look at the interactive radar, have the notifications turned on for alerts. I'm not expecting widespread severe weather or anything like that, but there may be some downpours and brief rumbles of thunder. Again, I think the focus of that is from the afternoon to early evening. Notice as the front kind of hovers right over central New England. So some pockets of rain, some downpours, not for everybody though. With that period around midday in northwest New England, we dry out. The south coast stays mainly dry. It's kind of in the middle. By the time we get to Saturday evening, so if you have Saturday night plans, there will be some pockets of rain around in southern, central, western New England. These tend to lift northward during the evening and overnight and taper off a bit, so that by Sunday morning, there are some pockets of rain in northern and maybe central New England. We're cloudy, but we're mainly dry in southern New England. I can't rule out an isolated shower or two that kind of pops, particularly during the second half of Sunday. But for the majority of New England, it is not a washout by any means. Scattered action. Now, either side of the Mass Turnpike, there may be some lingering showers into Sunday evening. So when all is said and done, through both weekend days, I'm going to take this through Sunday evening. The highest rainfall totals will be focused in central and northern New England, where it's about a half an inch to an inch of rain. Maybe a few locally higher totals if we can get some of those downpours and an isolated thunderstorm to kind of come to fruition tomorrow late in the day. Notice far southeastern New England, the South Coast and the Cape, it's maybe a few hundredths. Boston to Worcester to Hartford corridor, it's about a quarter to a half an inch. That's throughout the course of the weekend. High temperatures, again, that spread tomorrow. Now, lower 80s, definitely not out of the question in southern New England. The farther north you go, we're in the 60s, maybe even around 50 in far northern Maine. That's why we've got that huge spread. We stay mild Saturday night, 40s and 50s. The wind, by the way, I want to mention, not a big deal all weekend. It's going to be shifting around to blow in off the ocean on Sunday. So we'll see highs that will be topping out in the 60s. Maybe we hit 70 early in southern New England, but many of us in the 60s for Sunday afternoon. Monday's a cooler day. Some of these numbers may be a little bit too high. 50s, maybe some lower 60s in western New England, but that wind coming in off the ocean means there'll be clouds, maybe some patchy drizzle, some showers in western New England on Monday. So a bit of an unsettled day. Tuesday, I do think there'll be some pockets of rain around, 50s to lower 60s. Again, when the rain comes down, it'll cool things off just a little bit. That wind coming in off the ocean again. So Red Sox forecast for tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures are going to be running in the 70s, kind of a summer-like feel. The wind's going to be actually blowing in probably from home to center field, helping out maybe some of the action here in terms of hitting tomorrow afternoon. There'll be breaks of sunshine. North and west of Boston, there'll be some action in terms of showers, so we'll keep you posted on that. Sunday afternoon looks cloudy and cooler with temperatures in the 60s and a light wind coming in, probably more from right field on Sunday afternoon, but it'll be very light. So shop our merchandise. You can check it out at swag.onedegreeoutside.com. And I mentioned it, our app, great tool to have. Videos right at the top with the interactive radar. You can press past plus future and see the live radar. And then where things are going to go over the next couple of hours, continue to spread the word. The app is free on the App Store and Google Play. Stay tuned to the forecast this weekend. We'll, of course, have another update for you tomorrow morning.